I'm Mike Rush. Happening right now, the U.S. Air Force's Thunderbirds are honoring frontline workers in Austin. They are up in the air as I speak. Here's the route the Thunderbirds are taking. They started in Leander and headed towards Cedar Park. They'll circle around Georgetown, Round Rock, and Pflugerville, and then they made their way towards Austin. And then the Thunderbirds will fly out toward Lakeway and head back towards I-35. Here's a look at them right there. That's from Mount Bonnell, the shot we have. We have 7 cameras located around the different routes for them so that we can capture them at different periods of time. Look at that, the precision. 6 F-16 Fighting Falcons flying over the Austin area, honoring our frontline workers, doctors, nurses, other medical personnel, essential workers, military. Kind of a thank you for their service in this very, very difficult time. I don't know if we're able to capture the sound from the distance, but if you've ever witnessed an air show with the Thunderbirds, there you go, you can kind of hear it. Air show with either the Thunderbirds or the Navy's Blue Angels. It really is an awesome experience. These trees are not our friends right now, are they? As we try to zoom out and capture the action. It's just the combination of the precision of those planes, just the look of those tough planes, those Fighting Falcons, and of course the rumbling sound of those jet engines as they pass overhead. Many people no doubt are along these different routes looking.
Have you seen those?
And of course they're encouraged to stay at home and look. Don't gather in groups as we still continue to practice social distancing. We're going to try to pick up the action as they move to a different area. Here we are. Many people out there, media folk, probably other onlookers. I'm not sure which location this is that we're at, but like I said, we have 7 cameras around to get them. And there is the route again that they're taking. You know, this whole thing was postponed a few times because of the weather. It was supposed to take place yesterday, but the weather was just too rough. Then it was supposed to start at 2:40 today, and that was postponed an hour because of the weather. They're coming from San Antonio, where they did the same thing, honoring our workers. You might remember that last week, the U.S. Navy's demonstration squadron, the Blue Angels, they conducted similar flyovers over Dallas and Houston, all for the same purpose. So the Pentagon is part of their process, their Operation American Strong mission. The Thunderbirds, of course, the main goal is to pay tribute to these frontline workers, but the purpose beyond that, according to them, is to, quote, have Texans look up to see the display of American resolve and know that the American spirit will prevail beyond this difficult time in our nation. So right about now, I believe it's passed over Austin, should be making its way. There's downtown right now, downtown Austin. You know, it's really difficult to predict at what moment where they will be because they do travel very fast. But beyond Austin, they were heading towards the Lakeway area and on through San Marcos. This whole display ending somewhere at around 4:15 today. The Thunderbirds are about to celebrate a birthday. They were formed May 25th of 1953, and if I'm doing my math right, that would be 67 years that they've been up in the air. Very prestigious group, as you can imagine, within that branch of the military. A lot of people wanting to wear that badge for the Thunderbirds, who are referred to as America's ambassadors in blue. Since that formation in 1953, since it formed, okay, here's South Austin, there they are. Let's take a listen. Taking it now from a different vantage point. This is Mount Bonnell. Look at that. Downtown Austin. Beautiful blue sky dotted with clouds as their backdrop. Coming out on the other side of that building, looks like we've lost them in this shot. Those photographers are doing a great job, but it is, as you can imagine, difficult to follow all the action. So here we take a different angle. Really kind of gives you goosebumps when you look at it, representing the power and might, determination and strength of the American military, but also of the American spirit, which is what this whole process is about. A thank you to those frontline workers battling to combat COVID-19 across the nation, and then a reminder to Texans that we will get through this. Understand now they're heading towards the airport. Is this our airport shot? Okay, not quite at the airport yet. Here they go.
Right across all the way over to Lakeway. So we should be able to see it.
I'm not going to go like this one.
Anybody got a visual? Yeah, 3 more down there. 3 more. There they are. You know that vapor trail's spreading COVID-19. Put that on your...
You've got to admire that precision and the skill that it takes to maintain it. "325 officers have worn the distinguished emblem of the Thunderbirds since it began in 1953. They're based out of Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada. Pretty big operation to keep them going. Here they are again. There's a team of 12 pilots total, but 6 of them fly in the air show demonstrations, such as this. The rest are support pilots in some capacity. And then beyond that, they have a staff of more than 100 people to keep this beautiful show going. Let's see where this location is. As we wait to capture them again, I'm told that they're about to make their loop over Lake Travis. Their next stop after Texas, California on Friday, San Diego and LA, to honor their frontline workers as well. There's Lake Travis. As we wait for them to appear in the sky over Lake Travis, sometimes they do these demonstrations with the Blue Angels, the Navy's Blue Angels. They do them together. Can you imagine what an awesome show that would be? The Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels sharing the sky together. There's the route once again. Looks like quite the zigzag of scribbly line, but that is where they're going, and it doesn't take them long. As you can imagine, they travel pretty fast. This whole display will be over with and out of our area by about 4:15. So they fly out towards Lake Way, head back toward I-35, pass over Buda, Kyle, and finally San Marcos. There's some insects flying as we wait for the real deal. Not quite the precision that we've been seeing with the Thunderbirds. In that first group in 1953, when the Thunderbirds formed, the right wing pilot and the left wing pilot were twin brothers on both sides. Kind of a cool factoid, if you will. You can only imagine how many cameras, still and moving cameras, have been pointed up at this display today. There's another vantage point as we continue to find or search for them on their flight. Looks like we may have missed the opportunity to see them over Lake Travis, but rest assured we have plenty of footage of this. As I said, we have 7 cameras in different spots. So we'll gather all of that information, all of that footage, and we will put it together for you for 5 and 6 and 10 o'clock tonight, and of course on KVUE.com. So if you didn't get to see the beginning of this or see it in person, we certainly will have an excellent recap of the whole thing. Thank you for joining us. We'll go back now to your regular programming.